Hi, who are you and what did you do this weekend?
I'm Shane. I played at the Folkstone Regional yesterday, Saturday the 8th of November, and came 7th.
What did you play?
I played Mitsurugi, which is a deck I can't get off of. I've tried Yummy, Mitsu, and then that's about it. And I just kept going back to Ryzeal Mitsu because I just think it's been more consistent for me. I've done way better with Mitsu Ryzeal than I have with Yummy Ryzeal or Yummy Mitsu. I think it just, it dies as hard to droll, or dies harder to droll than Yummy Mitsu, I think. But I think if you can get through droll or you don't get drolled, I think it's just crazy. With the cross, the Mitsu trap, Detonator can solo games, and just the rank 4 toolbox, I think it puts in so much work.
Okay, so let's see the deck list.
So starting with main, we have the Rituals, 1 Futsu, 2 Murokumo, 3 Habakiri. I play 2 Murokumo because it's in a lot of Ryzeal Mitsu deck lists, you'll only see 1 Murokumo. And when people try to banish Mitsurugi cards out your graveyard, this will be like one of them, like Bestials will hit this or Called By will hit this. And just having one in the deck that they don't know is there can be devastating. Like yesterday, I was against VSK9. We were in quite a grindy game state, and he just had Zeus with my one of my Murokumos that he had sucked up with Nash Knight. And in end phase, I prayers, tributed Futsu, searched another Murokumo off the prayers, and he just scooped there because dealing with another Murokumo, he wasn't able to deal with it. So 2 Murokumos, I think, I've always played it at 2, and then these are just standard. I like a bigger Mitsurugi package. The little ones, obviously, the 3 little ones. Sword Serpent, it's Mitsu Ryzeal, you need the extra level 4 body. Plus it can chain block your Kusanagi, which can get you really going sometimes. And then I play 3 Ritual. 3 opening a Ritual and a Murokumo, just it puts in so much work that whenever I can, I want to see a hard drawn Ritual and a Murokumo. That's the ideal situation to start. And then 3 prayers, which is standard, mirror, and 3 pre-prep, just to try and get you into the engine as much as possible. Just don't draw these 2. Drawing these 2 hurts. It's And then the 1 trap. I used to play Magatama, and then last week's regional, I got PTSD from a certain player who plays Memento, who main deck evenly matched. And I was not maining the trap at first. I had Magatama. During my combo, I won the die roll, was going through all the cards, searching. On my last search, I searched for Magatama, and his face lit up. And then, on his turn, went straight to end of battle and evenly matched me. And I lost that. So, so I think the trap is really good. And it comes up a lot as well, the second effect. When you have a leftover body on board going into the following turn, if you have a Murokumo in grave and then you can banish that in draw phase, that can get you back on track. So that is Mitsurugi. I don't know how many cards that was, but it's most of the deck. And then Ryzeals, the one-off monsters. Sadly, X is at 1, and then Node. I wasn't playing Node before. I opted to play just the sort of starter Ryzeal monsters. But there were instances where I would open up too many Ryzeal cards in hand and then my duo drive would be dead. So I think just having the Node in the deck really helps, just for getting access to that cross, because cross is busted, it's broken. That is half the reason I play Mitsu Ryzeal still. And just being able to extend into a detonator with Node at the end of your combo is really good. And then 2 ice, 2 sword, bonfire and cross. I mean, this is the standard Ryzeal package that you know. Sad X is at 1, but X is a broken card. It's a starter, extender, board breaker. Yeah, there was only a matter of time. And then non-engine, 3 Fua, you have to 3 Ash, you have to, like, my deck can die to Fua, especially if, like, I have to start with Habakiri. So, yeah, you just need Ash. It hits so much in the meta. Draco Tail traps, branded fusion. I think Ash is needed. And then the Holy Trinity, called by Crossout, triple tactics. I know Crossout isn't a big favorite right now. Like, it's not everyone's running it. But this deck, as I said, dies harder to draw than, say, Mitsuyomi or, like, maybe any other variant of Mitsurugi. Like, K9 can set up their Ripper to stave off draw. Orcust can play through draw if you mix that with Mitsurugi. So this is just 2 ways that I can say no to draw, because draw makes me sad. And saying that, there's 3 draw. You kind of have to run it in this meta. And then 2 Ghost Spell. I was playing 3 Ghost Spell, but Mitsurugi being Mitsurugi, you kind of need to see a combination of cards sometimes, or if your Habakiri into Saji gets ashed. So I really tried to cut down some non-engine, but I just feel like all these cards are necessary, like into Draco Tail. I find Draco Tail to be one of my hardest matchups. So I need all I have for Draco Tail, especially in the first game if they go first for their traps, because Flame really does hurt Mitsurugi. So Ghost Spell, but it also works against other Mitsurugi decks. It works against Yummy. Yeah, so that's the non-engine. It is 43. My deck count has gone wild. It's gone from like 41 to 45 to 43, but I think 43 like this. I think this is the best I can get it without sort of missing out on too much consistency. I wasn't running Bonfire before, but sometimes you just need to see X. And if you have ways to play through draw, like if you have a heavy Mitsu hand and no access to Ryzeal, sometimes you can walk into draw just to get X, because X, as I said, is the board breaking potential of it is it's crazy. Extra deck. Ryzeal package, 2 Dura Drive, 1 Detonator, 1 Aggregator, 1 Valon. That's standard. You need 2 Dura Drive, because usually I'll send 1 off X, so then when I get out the second Dura Drive, and if the search goes through, I then have material under Dura Drive for the cross negate, and then Detonator is Detonator. It can solo games. Like, I have solo games with Detonator. A 2-3 material deck is it's crazy. I love that. The Eclipse as well. I never I never really go into like send Eclipse off X. But I have Eclipse Twins in here, especially for a Lunalight matchup, because my engine can out to towers if they let me get into 1 rank 4, which we'll get into. And then the sort of toolbox rank 4s we have are here. I wouldn't even really call Dagaris a toolbox. Since we lost King of the Feral Imps, this has been my bridge from Ryzeal into Mitsurugi. It's super gambly, but drawing 2. If you don't get drawled and you go through your Mitsurugi combo and you set up cross, you can cross and Dagaris to draw 3 to dig deep into your deck to find those Mitsurugi cards. So it's I do find myself, if I don't get drawled and I can go into Ryzeal, I will 90% of the time make Dagaris, because just drawing into non-engine, your hand traps, or follow up for next turn because you can't draw, it's busted. Tornado Dragon, There's a lot of sort of problematic spells and traps in this meta, and then there's obviously Draco Tail, so if they start popping off in turn 0 on your turn, and you haven't really committed too much to the board, you can make Tornado Dragon to pop whatever they set, and it's, I think it's just good, like against Yomimitsu, if you hit their field spell, if they set 1 back row, or 2 back row, you can pop 1 in your turn, and then in their turn pop 1. It just forces it out, and I think Tornado Dragon is just, a really good card in this meta. Baguska's Baguska, Baguska Pass. Exton Knight, obviously going second card, but this has won me so many games, just being able to go into it, wipe the board, and then just set up basically a full Mitsurugi Ryzeal combo. This isn't going anywhere. Castell, I did have Featherstorm in the side with thrusts, but I found myself sort of bricking on thrusts a lot. Or if you aren't able to get into the like Ryzeal stuff, then and you've sided in thrusts and Featherstorm, then it can just be dead. The Featherstorm, but Castell, it can be good at removing some problematic cards because it's detached to target a face-up card on the field, so it's not even monster. It can out sort of problematic floodgates, like I don't know, anti-spell fragrance, so on. So I'm quite happy with Castell. And then Light Dragon. This is good for the. It's good for if you know you're going into Mitsurugi. But mainly, this is here for Lunar Light. So if you go into 2 level 4s, so against Lunar Light, say you're going second against them, and you get 2 level 4s on board. If they don't wipe the level 4s, you're basically outing 2 Liger Dancers unless they've got, Book of Eclipse, and other, the SP, Baguska. But if you've hand trapped them enough that they're still able to establish 2 Liger Dancer, if you can get 2 4s on the field and then this, and access the rest of your Ryzeal engine, you can get Light Dragon out, which insulates you from the field wipes from Liger Dancer, and then you can go Dagaris, Eclipse Twins, boost up Eclipse Twins to 5k, and then double attack over 2 Liger Dancers, which has happened before. So it's just one way to out them, in engine. So that's that's one big reason why I feel more comfortable with Mitsurugi Ryzeal is the Lunar Light matchup. Mitsurugi Yomi just has such a hard time into Lunar Light. If they can establish the towers, it's really difficult. So I think with Mitsu Ryzeal, you stand a slightly better chance against Lunar Light. I know they're not everywhere, but I think the deck is gaining popularity. And someone at my locals, one of my close friends, mains Lunar Light, so I kind of have PTSD from Lunar Light. And then non-XCs, we have IP, SP, Dynamondo. We have Futsu in the deck, and there are some occasions where you summon like Ice. The normal summon of Ice into another Ryzeal doesn't lock you into rank 4s. So there are ways that you can establish an IP before you get rank 4 locked. But it's just there in case I have to rely on the Mitsurugi engine, and I want another piece of interaction during my opponent's turn. If I'm under Fua, for instance, and I don't want to go too hard giving them draws, especially if I've had to start with Habakiri, giving them 1 draw. I don't want to give them too many. So these 3, Dynamondo, can't really say much about that, and SP. So that is the extra deck. Side deck. 3 Retaliating Sea. I feel like this is in everyone's side deck right now for Draco Tail, but In all honesty, I don't think it's great against Draco Tail. It's only good if they start with certain lines like Rahu or Branded Fusion. But apart from that, there are ways that they can sort of work around it. And even then, if they start with Malulu or Phimena, like this isn't getting activated. And by the time they've already used Phimena or Malulu, I mean, they're already playing the game at that point. This is, yeah. But it's really good into Lunar Light. Yeah, a Retaliating Z can just end a Lunar Light player's turn. So it's just kind of like got two purposes. I went for 3 Meowls. Malice is lurking around, seeing a bit more popularity. And I wanted something to respect Malice because I don't want to dedicate slots to Lancia in my side. So I just feel Lancia is a bit too niche. But Meowls can be good against Yomi, can be good against Mitsurugi, and some other matchups. So I think, yeah, to respect Malice and just to have more application across decks in the meta right now, I think Meowls serves that purpose. I have 2 Call By, 2 Dark Ruler. Dark Ruler is for Mitsuyomi and K9 predominantly. Mitsuyomi being able to turn off the Herald, the Murakumo, the Futsu, and then the Prayers Reborn effect. Because with Prayers you take damage to fulfill the second effect, to resolve it. And if you can't take damage, you can't activate it. So that can really stop them sort of establishing follow-up for later turns. If they can't bring back, say, a Kusanagi or a Saji to start recycling and get more resources for the follow-up. So, yeah. And then K9, like if Habakiri is your only starter, Ripper just says no to that. So I just want, yeah, as much sort of ways to out a K9 board. Any other K9 variant, like, it can be difficult against, but just pure K9, which I've seen quite a few of, it works. I play 3 Droplet. This is for Draco Tail. Going first, you can chain it. So if they start Phimena, if they do Phimena on turn 0 in your turn as you're going first, and you have Droplet in hand, you can chain it to negate the Arthalion, which can put in work. But going first into a Draco Tail matchup, I do like to set Droplet as well if they haven't Phimena on my turn. But going second into Draco Tail, it's just there to dodge the flame. Because being Mitsurugi, you kind of need your spells to go off, so the flame can be really detrimental, especially if you only have access to 1 ritual and no other way of getting your Mitsurugi engine started. And then Droplet is just, it just hits other decks in the meta, like it's just a generic good card. So yeah, I went for Droplet. Feather Duster just for random back row, just get that out of here. And then 3 Evenly Matched. I got hit by Evenly Matched last week, as I said, at the Northampton Regional, and it just absolutely destroyed me, broke my spirit, broke my board, yeah, left me with PTSD. So I see more value in Evenly Matched now. I just think it's good. Into some Draco Tail boards, like, I mean, as you can see, I hate Draco Tail. I find it to be like the worst matchup. In all honesty, it's just really difficult to deal with sometimes. Like, even if you've established a board, Draco Tail's annoying. But once they've established a board, just trying to banish some of their traps, just to slow down their sort of looping the traps, getting more resources in their hand, I think is really good. And then it's just generic. I like my side deck to be sort of as generic as possible. Obviously there are like cards for certain matchups, like I said, like this is for Draco Tail and Lunar Light, this is for like Malice and some other decks, but I've tried to have my side deck be applicable to not just one deck, or like 2. I've tried to make it more generic, so it can, yeah, hit multiple decks across the meta. But yeah, that is my deck. Sorry I've ranted quite a lot.
Anything you like to change from your deck list, either main deck, side deck, or extra deck?
The only problem that I think I ran into was going first sometimes. I did want to reduce the hand trap lineup in my deck, but realistically the only 3 cards I have to side in first are Droplet. I mean, if I'm going into certain matchups, like say Draco Tail, I'll have Retaliating Sea in instead of Joel. And then I can side out some like Charmies and things for Droplet. But I don't think there's too much I would change about my deck, to be honest. I made the Bonfire and Node editions quite last minute on the Friday before the regional yesterday, and they came up yesterday, so I think I'll keep them in. But in terms of the main and extra deck, no, I'm quite happy with it. It performed well. I had everything I needed to play through. I went X2, I went 5-2 yesterday, and I was the highest performing X2 of yesterday and came 7th because one of my opponents that I lost to playing VSK 9-1, so that really helped my tiebreakers. But in terms of the deck, no, I wouldn't really change anything. I mean, the side deck is, I feel like, the thing that's constantly changing and evolving, depending on how the meta pans out and what pops up. But right now, I think the only thing I may change would be to put in a Solemn Mortar in my side, but I don't know what I would take out for it. So it's, yeah, for now, I'm happy with it. I'll do some more testing before Bologna, and then, yeah, see if there's any changes I want to make.
Alright, thank you very much and congrats for your top. Bye.